The mayor of Oakland, Sheng Thao, born in Stockton, California, moved to Oakland in her 20s. She took office earlier this year and part of the Oakland City Council since 2018, doing a good job as mayor of Oakland. Sheng, good morning. Or Mayor Thao, excuse me. My apologies, Mayor Thao. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Roast here on 95.7 The Game. Joe Shasky, the Butcher, and Ponce Hill. How are you?
Good morning, and don't be silly. You could definitely call me Sheng if you'd like. I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, we're doing good. We're feeling good about the Warriors. They're winning. We're feeling good about the All-Star coming back to the Bay Area. I know Oakland's going to have a big hand in that as well, but we're here to talk about the Oakland City Council resolution that's going on here. I know the A's, there's a big talking point about them going to Vegas. So tell us what this Oakland City Council resolution is about today. Can you expand on that?
Absolutely. There's all this weird talk about like, oh, well, there was no political will or, whatever the excuse may be. And so this council vote would be actually a resolution affirming our commitment to the A's and the years of work we've already done to have make this come to fruition. We are united and we're ready and we can get this done. We have over $400+ million that we've secured through grants, which is way more than what the Oakland A's had asked for us to do. And so this is signaling that to the owners and to the decision makers around possible relocation, that Oakland continues to have affirmation in regards to working with the A's and keeping our Oakland A's here in Oakland.
Mayor, I know that you've probably taken a lot of unwarranted criticism. You inherited a very crummy situation, and it feels like to me, just again, I'm just a normal person, this owner doesn't want to be there. And the misinformation about what Oakland has or hasn't done has been all over the map and unfair. And then the other part of this is it feels like Major League Baseball and the A's have never dealt in good faith. Is that accurate from your point of view?
I can say everything that you stated, I feel the same way. Minus, the MLB part of it. I think that they were very strong holding John Fisher to trying to get something done here. However, if John Fisher says he's going to move, I do believe that they're going to do all they can to, make that happen for him. And so, it's very disingenuous. I've also heard or read in the article around where Manfred stated that, hey, actually the deal was kind of done before this mayor even came to office, and it's like, okay, well, it's really disingenuous of you to just waste our time and play with our emotions, not the city per se, but like the fans' emotions, right? Stringing us along as if we're just some kind of a commodity as Oakland A's fans. And my whole point around this is that the team is more than just a game or a team. This is people's emotions and feelings and thoughts and generations of memories. And so, there's something to be said there, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. And so today, I continue to fight for the city of Oakland and also for all of the fans of the Oakland A's.
How much of a dialogue, Mayor Thao, have you had with Rob Manfred during this, and what about John Fisher?
John Fisher, my last conversation with John Fisher was, the phone call that he, gave me probably maybe 8 hours after I got that phone call from Dave Cabell. And so that was the last time I talked to John Fisher. That conversation, he just said that he was turning all of his resources to Las Vegas. And so that was disappointing. And so, of course, I had some choice words around, how we came together and decided together. I asked him face to face, are you serious about staying in Oakland? Don't waste my time. And he said, yes. And I was like, okay, then let's go. And so, it's disingenuous. In regards to Manfred, the last time I spoke to him was in Seattle at the All-Star game.
What was that conversation like?
It was actually a very in-depth meeting. We did go over our plans, and went through and answered any questions that he may have had around what we were offering and how things unfolded. And so I do appreciate that Manfred did take the time to really listen and go through each of the different proposals with us. And so I thought that it was a good meeting, but of course, without going into it in further details, short in the story is like, this is basically between the city of Oakland and John Fisher. If John Fisher wants to move, then I'll get him the votes.
I don't pretend to know every single layered detail of how things have gone down, but I do know this as someone who pays their taxes, lives locally, cares about baseball, but also understands the dynamics of a city and how many things, how few resources we have, how few time, energy that we have to dedicate to all the problems that a real community has. How much time do you think you guys, as a committee, as a as a community, how much time do you think you guys have put into this, the people that we've elected as officials, into trying to keep the Oakland A's here? Because it just feels like to me they've wasted all of our time, energy, and money. And that's the part that really pisses me off on your behalf and on the community's behalf. How much time do you think you guys have actually spent on this issue?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, so much time has been wasted. And, government, we have so much that we're dealing with, right? Anywhere from shootings to, policy making so that people can, everyday working people can have a better life. And it's just so many people that involved, right? And so in regards to Howard Terminal, mind you, before Howard Terminal was supposedly Laney College and took all the time of all the Laney College leaders, and prior to that it was Coliseum. And so with Howard Terminal, we had to tap in with the senators, the assembly members at the state level, BCDC, all these agencies to go through the clearing process because this was right on the water. And so that took so many people's hours and days and years of people's life. I know that, this was just a project that many people only worked on, right? And so to say that, hey, within, and mind you, when I received the call from Dave Cavell, I was very optimistic. I had just run into my chief of staff at an event, and I said, hey, I'm very excited that we're going to get a deal with the A's in just a few days. And then I get in the car and I get this phone call. So you could just imagine the huge disappointment. And I'll let you imagine what I said to Dave Cavell in that conversation. But yeah, it's like, don't waste our time. It's not okay. It's not okay. This is not a game. You're truly, making us pick between like economics and how we keep the Oakland A's in Oakland. We're taking it seriously. And that takes us away from doing other things. And that's the honest truth. And we're the government. So that means that, we're not making decisions on other things that we could have been making it on. And so, again, very disingenuous and a total waste of our time if they already knew they were going to move anyway.
Wow. So do you have any hope that the A's will stay in Oakland, California?
Yeah. Well, I work closely with the city council, and I can tell you that under my administration, this new administration, the city council and myself, we've worked really well together. I work really well with, outside organizations too, like big businesses and our other teams like the Roots and the Souls. And so with that being said, Las Vegas is clearly not settled. I think we can all agree to that. John Fisher is doing John Fisher things. And so, Oakland is ready to go now, and Oakland is ready. We have a deal. We have the fans. And don't give me any bullshit about not having the fans. We obviously have the fans. We have the money committed, more than what they have even asked for. It's good business. It's actually great business. Mind you, John Fisher wanted not only a ballpark, he required the city of Oakland, right, setting a standard that's way higher than what he has given to Vegas, that he wanted this huge property with commercial and housing and all of that, right, infrastructure, which we gave. And so to go and somehow pick a plot of land in Las Vegas and then choose another plot of land, I don't know what number plot of land they're on right now, but it's just not settled. And, we're going to continue to fight. I know that the education institution out there I know there was a judgment yesterday, but obviously they're going to refile. And their taxpayers aren't willing to give a handout to John Fisher. I think everybody's just tired of giving handouts to him.
Yeah, I believe me. I've been making this analogy for a long time. Like, I understand that there's we're in sports. Like, there's a civic pride, and it's a place for us to gather in big quantities. And that's very rare in this day and age. But at the end of the day, we're not giving a zillion tax breaks to Joe's liquor store so that he can expand his liquor store footprint and giving him a discount on land. Like, it's kind of an absurd notion that we will bend over backwards for some of these sports teams. Mayor, I feel like you've inherited a horrific situation, and you've tried to do the best that you can to come up with a plan or a path forward for them to build here. But as you zoom out a little, and being someone from Oakland, I mean, it must really be horrible to have this on your resume, essentially, because I know it does, to have all these teams leave the city of Oakland like that. That's got to, and I hate asking that, but it's got to weigh on you. I know that's horrific to have. There's other bigger things like real life issues, housing, education, homelessness, all these things. And then you got this sports thing hanging over your head. It feels unfair.
You know, it kind of feels unfair, but however, I would just say that, you know, this is more than just a game, right? I mean, I'm fighting for people's memories for possible other future generations. And so I do believe that this is my job. And so for me, it's, you know, whether, you know, we can talk about the Raiders leaving and the Warriors leaving and all that wasn't under my term. But it's not so much about like, darn, I have a team that left under my leadership. It's not about that for me. What it's about is that the fairness. For what's fair is fair. And this team is not your part of your portfolio, your commodity, so that you can just trade up so you can get more money for whatever reason. And when you can actually make that money, I mean, there is a win-win-win, right? MLB, City of Oakland, and John Fisher, and all of this. I mean, Las Vegas, they deserve an expansion team, hands down. You know, and if John Fisher wants to go and buy that new expansion team and sell this team, then let's do that. We have people, I have credible people who want to buy the team, you know, but you can't buy something that's not for sale. Yeah, and so that's the most infuriating part of it. You know, I don't care, you know, if it's about, you know, losing a team while I'm in leadership or what have you. That's not even what it's about for me. What it's about is for the fans, and then it's for the city of Oakland. And I fight for the city of Oakland. That's the first thing I think about every single day I wake up. And if you read my resume, my life experiences will tell you that I'm a fighter. And I don't think that they were, you know, thinking that I'm a fighter in that way, quite honestly. I think that all the stereotypes came into play. And but guess what? Now they know.
Hey, Mayor Thao ain't no punk. That's that Stockton, California coming out of you.
I love
I hear that. I hear that. By the way,
I feel
the Oakland City Council is voting on a resolution today to reaffirm Oakland's commitment and readiness to build a new stadium for the Oakland Athletics. Fans are coming to Oakland City Council meeting tonight to show their support. It starts at 4 p.m. Oakland, go out there, show some support to Mayor Thao and the Oakland City Council. They're trying to keep the A's in Oakland. Mayor Thao, it was great to meet you yesterday. It's great to hear from you today. We stand with you. We want to see the A's stay in Oakland. I know it's an uphill battle here, but it seems like you guys are on the right track to try to keep them in Oakland. It's all up to the owner, though. But when you have an owner who's like John Fisher, it's a tough situation for you. I get it.
No, absolutely. But, you know, I still have a few tricks up my sleeve, so we're not going to give up yet.
Mayor Thao, have a good day. Good luck today.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Absolutely.
You know,
Mayor Sheng Thao here on the Morning Rush on 95.7 The Game.